record. Perfect. And then we're going to share the screen. Why do I always, oh, here we go. You guys see that?
Yep.
Yeah, you can see the screen. All right. Do you want me to, should I go ahead and get started, or do you want me to wait for a minute? I know we're on Facebook, so if you're on Facebook, thanks for hanging out with us and showing up. I see Chris Hagel has hopped on, so hi, Chris.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris.
So anyway, but I think out of respect for time, I have a couple minutes after 6, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. And if you come on here, we'll just welcome you as you come on. So welcome. And I just want to start by asking you a question. Has anyone here, either here or in Facebook land, have you ever started a health plan on Monday only to be done by Wednesday because it just feels too hard? Or have you ever dieted, lost 20 pounds, 50 pounds, or even more, only to gain it and maybe more right back? And have you ever tried to get healthier only to find that the people closest to you, your friends and your family, seem to sabotage your progress? So we're Shred 10 coaches, and we're here to help you meet here to meet you where you're at and help you meet your health goals. My name's Kristen Finley. I'm a registered dietitian. I'm here with my two certified health coach partners, and we're here to invite you to a community that will support and encourage your health goals, as well as break it down for you in ways that are easily doable, sustainable, and life-lasting. So let's get right into it. Why do we even need to shred? And really, there are two main reasons. First of all, we are all exposed to toxins from the time we're born. They're in the air, the water, the soil, the foods that we eat, the products that we put on our skin, and the products we use, such as plastic. And these toxins end up in our body, and most of them are fat soluble, meaning that they wrap up in our fat cells. And lucky for us, we have a liver, which is our main organ for getting toxins out of the body. But for the liver to do its job efficiently, it must have the right nutrition, which is primarily fruits and vegetables. And this brings me to the second reason that we need to shred, and that is that 90% of us, that's 90% of us are not eating enough fruits and vegetables. And what we are eating isn't as nutritious as it was 50 years ago. And this is due to a lot of reasons, including nutrient depletion in our soil, increased consumption of processed foods, our food being picked before it's ripe and shipped thousands of miles before it's sold, and our access to cheap fast food. But the thing is if we don't get plant nutrition, our body can't properly get rid of toxins. And if toxins build up in our bodies, it leads to all kinds of complications, including poor energy, poor sleep, health conditions like heart disease, diabetes, digestive problems, autoimmune disease, and even some cancers. And in addition, weight management is more difficult when we have excess toxins in our body, and here's why. Like I said before, toxins are fat soluble. This means that they wrap up in our fat. And when we go on a traditional diet, as is depicted in the top part of the slide there, we burn calories through diet and exercise, but unless we're getting 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables on a daily basis, the foods that the liver needs to get the toxins out of the body, the toxins stay in the body and seek more fat to wrap up in. And this is what creates that yo-yo dieting that you can see in the top picture, as the toxins stay in the body, even though the fat is burned off, and then the toxins encourage fat to reaccumulate. On the other hand, if we concentrate our efforts on flooding the body with fruits and vegetables to give the liver the nutrition that it needs to get rid of the toxins, the body doesn't need to hold on to the fat, and the fat can more easily be shed, resulting in more efficient fat loss and ultimately easier permanent weight loss, as is depicted in the bottom part of the slide, where the toxins are eliminating, resulting in a better way to keep fat off. So the key is to get more fruits and vegetables into our bodies. And I've been a dietitian for 30 plus years. And it sounds so easy, but ultimately very few people are doing this. In fact, the CDC says that 10% to only 10% are getting adequate fruits and vegetables. And of those, I think the variety is even lacking. It's the same fruits and vegetables over and over. So, but knowing how important this is, the shred is centered on getting as much produce in our bodies as possible. And we do this through making fruits and vegetables the foundation of our meals and snacks, and using whole food plant powders to ensure our liver is getting the nutrition it needs to get the toxins out of the body and ultimately improve our health. So we use a product called Juice Plus. It's simply 30 different non-GMO, pesticide and herbicide-free fruits, vegetables, and berries that are ground up and made into powders or gummies. It's not a substitute for eating fruits and vegetables, but it helps by bridging the gap between the 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables we should be eating and what we're actually eating. It's simple, easy, and a cost-effective way to get a ton of produce into our bodies very quickly. So in addition, we also use a plant-based protein powder that puts good calories or macronutrition in our body. It helps us to feel full. It cuts down on food cravings by stabilizing the blood sugar, and supports gut health because it contains prebiotics. I've talked about the first guideline of the shred, and I'm going to turn it over to my friend and certified health coach, Lisa, to discuss the others. Take it away, Lisa.
Thanks, Kristen. All right, you guys. So I'm going to share the reasons why we do these guidelines and why they are important to the Shred 10 and the results that we see during and after we finish. So like Kristen shared, we need to add as many plants as possible, basically all different fruits and veggies that we can get our hands on, as well as the Juice Plus capsules and 1 to 2 servings of the complete shakes. So remember, our liver needs the nutrition from the plants to be able to change the toxins from being fat soluble to water soluble so they can be eliminated. So you guys eat them raw, eat them sauteed in olive oil, put them in your sauces and soups, and then use the Juice Plus plant powders to bridge the gap, because we can't get enough of all of that all the time, but especially when we're shredding. So now the body's ready to eliminate these toxins. So it's really important to drink plenty of water. And we know staying hydrated is crucial anyway to live and function on a daily basis. But when we shred, the water helps us flush the toxins out of our bodies. And that's where exercise and movement also helps get rid of the toxins through our sweat. And the water we drink helps us rehydrate from working out, as well as it helps us sweat even more. Taking deep breaths too also helps with the stress, because stress is not good for us either any of the time. Does a lot of negative things for our body, but we also want to keep our stress level down. So a lot of times taking deep breaths and getting that oxygen in our body helps also. And we said exercise most days. So the reason why, so we want to sleep. That's a huge reason, a huge thing that we need to do all the time, again, all the time, but especially during the shred. It's almost just as important as getting in all the fruits and vegetables, because when we sleep, our body runs its dishwasher cycle that washes everything inside, and it neutralizes all the oxidative stress, and it opens up those pathways so the toxins can basically start getting eliminated, and that's when the body repairs itself also. And we want to reduce or eliminate caffeine, alcohol, and processed foods, plus eating after 6 p.m. So the eating after 6 p.m., so our digestive system is most effective when the sun is up. And, sometimes that's hard for people to do, is, stop eating at 6 o'clock. But the most important thing and the key is to stop eating at least 3 hours before we go to sleep. So then all that energy can be used for healing and for neutralizing the oxidative stress, like I said, and instead of using all that energy to digest the meal before it can do anything else. Then we want to eliminate gluten, dairy, and artificial and refined sugars. And this is really important because, we want to do this for we want to do this for the 10 days that we're doing the shred, because what those things do is they tie up and block the pathways that the toxins are going to be eliminated through, as well as adding more on top of your toxic load already. So if we're doing all the stuff by adding all the plants and, getting in the shakes and the water and doing all of that stuff and getting the sleep, we might as well, for the 10 days, take a break from that stuff that is going to increase the load. And then we, can, then after, you can see where you're at and see what you're going to live on the shred after. So the results are insane. We crave less fruits and vegetables.
We crave more fruits and vegetables.
What I
Oh,
did I
you just said we crave less fruits and vegetables.
I thought we said, did I say less? Oh my gosh, my brain said more. Yes, you're right. Yes, we definitely crave more fruits and vegetables. The more we eat them, the more we crave those, and we start having less cravings for other foods, that aren't as good for us. We stay at a healthier weight. Better recovery from working out, and we have improved sleep. So as we're sleeping more so that we can help our bodies heal and get rid of the toxins, we actually get improved sleep as a benefit. So that's amazing. We have increased energy, healthier hair, nails, and skin, improved regularity, which is a main problem, for a lot of people, especially women. So this gives us the regularity that makes us feel better, and increased mental clarity. So we have some great stretch stories to share with you guys tonight, and so that you can actually see firsthand the benefits that I was just talking about on the screen. And Kristen is going to share Tony and Joanna Bennett's shred story with you guys. Just wait to see, look at the magic that's happening with them right there.
Yeah, so Tony and Joanna started shredding with me back in December of 2020, so a year and a half-ish ago. And neither one of them had a goal of having weight loss. Weight loss was not their goal. They just wanted to feel better. And so we got them started on Juice Plus. They jumped right in and said, we're going to do this shred thing. What do we have to do? And I think they even told, they got started on the product just like right before the shred started. So it wasn't like they had a lot of time to prepare or do anything. And really, it doesn't take much time to prepare for it. You need to have a couple, some food, some of the food on hand that you want to cook, and just kind of have a little bit of a plan on how it's going to go for you in the 10 days. But there's no set meals that you have to eat or anything like that. We provide you with some cookbooks, and you can look through recipes and decide what you want to eat, and just those general guidelines that we provided earlier. But after a year and a half, Tony and Joanna, between the two of them, they're down 90 pounds together, and they are feeling amazing. I think Tony reported on here that his cholesterol's gone down from 220 to 197, which is really awesome. He has improved energy. I love that just he's made little tweaks that are still hanging on there. Like he's decreased his soda intake from 1 to 2 a day to 1 or 2 every 2 weeks, which is really amazing. And I think the thing that Joanna said is she just doesn't feel bloated all the time. And that for me was one of the things that I really noticed, is just not feeling bloated, not that end of the day discomfort that you have in your stomach. I haven't felt bloated in years. I've been shredding now for, I'm in my 6th year of consistently shredding every month. And that has been a huge thing for me. So they've really had some amazing results. And I think we're going to have, let's see, Lisa, you're going to tell your story.
Yeah. So, when at the beginning, when you started talking and you asked the questions, wow, those hit home for me like no other. I mean, seriously, I can't tell you how many times I said, okay, that's it. Monday. That's the day. I'm starting fresh on Monday. And, by Monday night, I'm starting next Monday again, because I just, it's just self-sabotaging. And then also just not having that support system, was detrimental for me, to not have just people around me, like-minded people doing the same thing. So, it was really hard, but finally I decided I need to lose weight. I was, nearing 50, and I was 50 pounds overweight, bad family history of diabetes and heart disease, and my father passing away when he was 51, and same thing with his brother and my grandfather. And I did not want that. So that's it. I was like, I'm done. So I lost the weight. And, after 26 years of yo-yo dieting, and because I changed my lifestyle, no fad diets, but, it was crazy. I was so excited, lost the weight. And then something started happening. I started to gain some weight back, and for no reason at all. It wasn't like I had done before where I didn't know what to do to eat, and so you start eating normally again, the way you did before, and you start gaining weight. Well, I didn't do that. I was still living my lifestyle, and I started to gain weight. And that was shocking and scary for me, because I was like, this can't be. I mean, what was the point of losing the weight if I'm gaining it all back, if I'm going to gain it back again? So if we remember what Kristen said when the little men were on the screen, was that, those toxins are in our body, and they're wrapped up in fat, like she said. And I wasn't following any guidelines. And, I just was doing my lifestyle, not knowing about this. And well, what did I have left in my body? I had 50 pounds worth of all those toxins left in there. And what did my body want? It wanted to protect itself. So any type of fat that came into my body, it was wrapping those toxins up again. Lo and behold, up 10 pounds. And, if I didn't find the shred, or if I didn't find Juice Plus and the Shred 10, I don't know where I would actually be today, because I would have went into a frenzy again, going, okay, this was useless. And I probably would have gained the weight back if I really and truly didn't find this and had the knowledge and the know-how of what to do and why it was happening. So now I basically kept off since then. So I'm 54 now, and I've still kept off all the weight. And, I don't track my food anymore, and I'm not strict about, I eat healthy, and I try to get all the plants in every day. But if I want to eat something fun, I eat something fun. And, I'm not seeing any of that weight come back on. And another crazy result that I had was, again, like, before I started Juice Plus and shredding, like I said, had lost the weight. Well, those toxins that were in my body that was making me actually gain the weight also did a craziness. Like, obviously I still had inflammation because the toxins were still in my system. I developed cystic acne, bad cystic acne. Like, it was horrible. I was plagued with it. Like, it wasn't just one or two here and there. It was like a lot on my face. And I was like, okay, so I'm eating healthy, I'm working out, and I'm taking care of myself, and I have cystic acne now. Yay. So I was like, where is this coming from? So of course, what's the first thing you do? I went to the dermatologist, and of course he put me on medication, and, it was barely helping. And of course the doctors say, just keep taking it, give it a chance. And here I was 50 years old and, looking like a teenager. But the same science lesson works for this too. The toxins were just running rampant in my body. And because of that, inflammation everywhere, and it came out on my face. And once I really started to shred, I'd say it took about 4 months, and I've been clear like ever since. With that, we all get little breakouts here and there, but nothing like what I had before. And I don't worry about it anymore. And, because knowledge is power. And, I also, the biggest thing that I actually got out of all of this is I became friends with food for the first time in my life. I know that food is fuel. It's neutral. There's foods that fuel us, and then there's other foods that don't. But with the Shred 10 cookbooks and lifestyle, it's given me all the tools that I've needed to stay the course, and the knowledge, which is key to know what's happening in my body. And I use the hunger scale to be able to feel when I'm hungry, when I'm full. I don't wait too long when I do feel hungry, because we know what happens when you wait too long. As you're making your food, you're eating everything that's in your cupboard, and that's never good for us. I also don't give food positive or negative values anymore. Like I said earlier, food is neutral. So I'm not classifying food as bad or good, because if you're classifying food as good, well, there's the opposite of good is bad. So if I'm not continually eating the good foods, then what am I doing? I'm eating the bad foods. And then here comes all the negative self-talk again that, basically self-sabotages us. So,
Yes.
knowledge is power. And that is what the shred has done for me.
It's
Giving me
so
all the
true.
knowledge.
Oh, sorry, but
No, no, go
I've
ahead.
so loved watching your transformation with that, because even when I met you 5 years ago or something, I could tell there was a lot more tension with you and your relationship with food. And I can see that relaxing so much. And it's it's nice for me to see. I can only imagine how freeing it has to be for you to be living that way and not having so much mental space being taken up by what you're going to eat or what you're not going to eat or when you're going to eat and all those kinds of things. So I love that. And I think we have one more story. Irene is going to tell Beth's story. So Irene, do you want to hop on and tell Beth's story?
Yeah, absolutely. So Beth and I were on a show back in 1993 called The Real World. We really hadn't seen much of each other until we reunited back in August for a reunion show. And Beth came to me and said, okay, Irene, I need your help. She is a 50-year-old girl who's already had 2 heart attacks and a stroke, and had a lot of issues with food as well. And we were on the boat, and I snapped this picture and I showed it to her, and she's like, oh my goodness, I need to do something. So she started shredding back in December. And to this date, she has lost 27 pounds because she truly embraced the shred. And believe me, she loved dairy. Cheese was her number one thing. And but now she has a better relationship with food, just like Lisa does, where if she has a piece of cheese, she's not going to punish herself for it and talk negatively, because she knows that eating other foods are going to make her feel that much better. And she's actually just bought a tower garden, and she wants to be able to grow her own tomatoes and be able to put them on her salads. So she has done a total 180 on embracing the life of shred, and now she's sharing it with other people as well. And I'm super proud of her, and I can't wait for her to go for a checkup to talk to her doctors and her doctors did say, Beth, you got to change your life, yeah. And sometimes there are people that just can't eat anything they want because of health reasons, and Beth is one of those. And but she finds joy in other foods, and I'm just so proud of her for loving this lifestyle and messaging me today. When's the next shred going to start? When's the next shred going to start? So super excited to see where this goes. And this is what she's going to be doing. She's going to be chronicling her journey, and she's going to be taking different pictures every 3 months. So I can't wait for April, May, June, July to see what she's going to look like then.
It was, yeah, it was so fun to get to meet. We all got to meet, or not you, Irene, you'd already met her, but Lisa and I got to meet Beth down in Anaheim this past weekend. It was so much fun to get to meet her.
Yep.
But so really, every journey starts with a step. And Irene, I think you're just going to continue with us and sort of talk about, who's ready to move forward. We invite you to come join us. And so let's just talk a little bit about what you need to do, what the next step is.
Right. So we put together a couple of bundles for you. And it's so important to be able to take your capsules and your shakes, because it's a thing called synergy. Everything kind of all works together, along with putting lots of fruits and vegetables and drinking your water and getting sleep. It's all done for a reason. It's scientifically developed. So this is what we've come up with. It's called the Shred 10 bundle. So you're going to get your 4-month supply of fruit, vegetable, and berry blends, 4-month supply of omegas, which we really didn't talk about, but it's a big, huge reason why I have to brag today. I went to the market and I was buying 2 bottles of wine. The cashier goes, how old are you? And I said 54. And the young baggy girl goes, 50? I said, no, 54. And I said it with pride. And she's like, what are you doing? And I said, I'm eating lots of fruits and veggies and I live a shred 10 lifestyle. And she's like, and she was young and she's like, wow, gave her a little lesson, shop the perimeter, don't shop the center because it's all processed. And she just walked away going, God, I hope I look like that at 54. Sorry, digressed. I just had to share with that, but
I love that.
I
That's
love the
awesome.
omegas because it's helped with my skin and my hair. And you get 60 servings of your complete whole based shake mix for $150 a month for 4 months, or $5.02 a day for 4 months. And I know people who go through drive-throughs every day and spend a lot more than that daily. So our next one is our completely balanced bundle. You get your 4-month supply of fruit and veggie blends, 60 servings of complete whole based shake mix for $92 a month for 4 months. So that is billed monthly, $92 a month. And that comes out to $3.06 a day for 4 months. Our last one here is our classic. It's our duo and our trio. So if you do get these, this will get you into our shred community. The first one is you get your 4-month supply of fruit and veggie blends. That's $54 a month for 4 months, or $1.80 for 4 months, a day for 4 months. And then you get your trio. That's your 4-month supply of the fruit, veggie, and berry blends at $80 a month for 4 months, or $2.67 a day for 4 months. So we like to use this comparison. If you were to go to Starbucks, which I know a lot of people go to Starbucks every day because it's kind of addicting, you get a grande decaf almond milk latte that Kristen used to get.
It's my
Not all the
favorite.
time anymore, but this was her
Nope.
favorite drink. And that costs $5.25 a day before tip. If you were to get the Shred 10 bundle, you're going to get all of this nutrition for $5.02 a day with no tip needed.
Yeah,
So
amazing.
you ask yourself, what are you going to get when you sign up for the Shred? You're going to get, number one, you're investing in your health. Invest now, because if not, you'll have to invest later. You're going to get 4 months of science-backed whole food nutrition that will benefit your health, whether you implement any of the Shred 10 guidelines or not. You're going to get access to our private Facebook group where you're going to get recipes, health tips, motivation, and inspiration. And you're going to get an accountability group, which I can't say how important that is, because I've done many health programs along the way, but I've done them by myself and they just don't work unless you have someone to be accountable for. And our group is growing. It is growing. We're up to over 350 people. And we're just one group. Okay, there are thousands and thousands of us that do this program monthly. And you're going to get access to a registered dietitian, certified health coaches, and just the community in general who love to help one another. And you're going to get access to our online resources, which is our Shred 10 guide and our Taste the Shred cookbook, our complete cookbook. We have a Instapot cookbook. We've got a Tower Garden. It just goes on. And you're going to have all of those resources right there for you. So if you're ready to get started and you guys are watching this right now, reach out to the person that is your friend on this Facebook Live and ask to get started. Our next one starts on May 2nd. And I almost want to say I guarantee it, but I promise you're going to see results in some of those guidelines.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say in closing, the shred lifestyle, like I said before, I said that I've been shredding for 6 years straight, and I've had amazing results over the years. But in the last year, last July, I had a knee replacement surgery, and I think the shred lifestyle has been so instrumental in my healing. I biked 20 miles at 8 weeks post-op and was skiing 5 months after a total knee replacement. And, most people that I see or have met that have knee replacement surgery are not quite doing that, being quite that aggressive at that point. So I think it's a lifestyle that I will continue doing forever. It makes me feel good, and it keeps my vitality up. And I hope if you're interested, or if you're really wanting to take that next step, that you really embrace this program and reach out to us and we can get you started. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and close it out for Facebook. So if you were on Facebook watching us, thanks so much for watching. And if you're on the live here, we can stop. And if anyone has any questions and wants to ask any questions, we're totally open to hearing any questions that you might have. So I know we have just a couple people. It looks like Mary is trying to connect, and we just spoke a little bit earlier. And Tammy, I don't know if anyone has any questions. Are you guys good? Or is there anything that we can answer for you? Everyone's good. All right. With that, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.